This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about Triple H for a minute here. You know, you and I have been critical at different times about certain things that happened over the years with Hunter, but boy, it just feels like Dave here in the Observer really had it out for him. Quote, if there's any doubt that Triple H hasn't mastered playing the game, he managed to keep himself off TV until January 7th, is getting a 3-week buildup for his return, where Rock only got 4 days and Austin got 1 week. But more importantly, they'll be coming off low-rated shows from December 17th and New Year's Eve. If nothing else, January 7th should provide the usual bounce back after the end of the Monday Night Football season, which is usually worth 0.2 to 0.3 all by itself. It's going to be difficult for him to not come out smelling like a rose. I mean, I'm sure this is more of, in reality, hey, we're coming back to Madison Square Garden, the spiritual home of WWE. And why would we not do it there to march towards the Royal Rumble? Why would we do that on New Year's Eve? That doesn't make any sense. So I think this is just sour grapes from Dave here, in my opinion.
I agree with that, Conrad. I mean, it makes common sense, the placement, and to say, well, how do you know it worked? I don't remember the ratings that day, but what I do recall is the pop that Triple H got leaving as a heel, coming back as a, not really a surprise, but coming back on that date made all the sense in the world to me. And I can just tell you, and I've been around a lot of big pops in my career, I don't recall any pop bigger or more sustained or more passionate than that night in the Garden when Triple H came back out.
No doubt about it. It was hyped brilliantly. I mean, it really was, and promoted, just as he said, for quite a while. But I do want to mention that, you know, the actual pop didn't just exist in a vacuum. There's a really cool promotional package that you guys ran to that U2 song, Beautiful Day, to hype the return. And it ran for a few weeks. This is a 42-second clip. Let's take a listen here. Just a training montage of him working out, but fans were so excited to see him. You heard the pop even just to the video.
Yeah.
But of course, when it finishes, you know, they're promoting that, hey, Triple H is coming back January 7th. And then that night, as you said, boy, what a pop.
Yeah.
Let's take a listen.
I really felt like I felt the floor of the Garden shaking.
I mean, you're so masterful in this. You lay out the whole time and just let it breathe. Listen. That's not piped in, boys and girls. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like in my mind's eye, when I listen to that back, JR is silent. The King has a big, oh my God, or whatever. And I almost in my mind hear you or feel you or see you tap him on the leg. Like, hang on.
That happened.
55 seconds. You say absolutely nothing and just let that moment live.
Right. I thought it was the right thing to do. And Jerry agreed because he shut her down.
Yeah.
And so that was, we thought that was that's a great thing about having Lawler out there and JR to a lesser degree, that we agreed on so many things philosophically. And when I tapped him, he knew that we were on the edge of talking through a moment that we could never replicate again.
Yes.
That was my reasoning for it. And I remember after the show, he said, I'm glad you tapped me because it was better. And so you take a calculated risk.
Yeah.
By not saying anything. But, you know, if Vince had been in my ear, or Lawler's here and telling us to talk, we would have been forced to talk, but he didn't. He felt the same thing we felt. And so I really always appreciated Vince's judgment on that scenario. He agreed with what we were thinking. And when you get experienced broadcast team like JR and the King, you have the opportunity to make this thing perfect. And that's all I wanted to do, was make sure that the entrance, the return, you're only going to get one return, Conrad. That's it. He's going to get one debut, one re-entry to the world. And I didn't think we could miss if the crowd didn't let us down. And obviously, the crowd did not let us down.
It was a big moment. You said you felt like you remember the Madison Square Garden floor shaking. Is that a top 5 audience response moment, like top 5 pop in your?
Probably so. Yeah, probably so. It's hard to go back and reevaluate all the pops, because there were so many during that Attitude Era that kind of get lost in the shuffle at times, one would think. But I had such a great, that was a great feel. When we were done with it, I was proud. If we didn't do anything else in the show, we just made it. We made it, and by not saying shit. So if you're, some young announcers may not understand that. They think they're paid to talk, and they are to a certain degree. We all are, but you got to pick your spots, and we picked our spots, and that night we got it right.
It was fantastic. Such a big moment.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.